Well, it is Thursday and I am back in the office. I was in court this morning in Philadelphia doing a motion for a client, and now I'm back getting things ready for tomorrow for a client, and I'll be back in court tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, and like every Friday, we'll be coming out with our weekly e-update, which goes out to over 3,000 of our current and former clients, and you can go to gambonelaw.com and sign up for it. It comes out every week, and it's some great information to have in your weekend. I put out an article today on sentencing and sentencing guidelines in Pennsylvania and New Jersey because sentencing is really in the news right now following the conviction of the former police officer in Minneapolis following the death of George Floyd. And I've watched a lot of news reports and I've watched things on various outlets, whether it be CNN, Fox News, and even ESPN. And a lot of the analysts, a lot of whom aren't lawyers, are making comments about the judge and the fact that he appears to be looking at a lighter sentence than expected, than what perhaps the prosecution is going to ask for. And obviously, we don't know anything yet, but it's important to understand that sentencing is based on guidelines and other factors that judges use. They don't simply use just pick a number out of the sky. They have a process that they go through, and that's the whole point of the article that I put out today, and that's what the judge will use in that particular case. Both the prosecution and the defense will receive the same pre-sentence report. They'll have the opportunity to review it and make amendments and changes to it. If they can agree, then those changes will be put in the sentencing report. If they can't agree, perhaps the judge will have to conduct another hearing as to those disagreements and come to a decision with regards to the sentencing report. Now, following that report, both sides will put together sentencing memorandums, and both sides will put together probably witnesses to testify at sentencing. The defense will put on mitigation evidence and the prosecution will put on aggravation evidence. In addition, the prosecution more than likely will put on what's called a victim impact statement. Obviously, Mr. Floyd is deceased and obviously can't appear in court, but I would think they would have several members of his family appear and speak to the court directly and address the court in the same light. The defense will have that opportunity to present defense witnesses who will speak well of that former officer, and finally, the officer will have an opportunity to address the court. Now, in this particular situation, the judge will be following the guidelines, but within those guidelines, which call from anywhere between, I believe, 10 to 15 years of state incarceration, while the max is 40 years. In Minnesota, much like a lot of states, there are guidelines which are far below the maximum sentence, and those guidelines are based on a person's criminal history and the nature of the offense itself. In addition, there's things that the prosecution can argue to enhance that sentence, and there's things that the defense can argue to mitigate that sentence. Unless the judge hears something substantially compelling, he really shouldn't deviate. He should sentence according to the guidelines, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that really is the fair sentence. Unless the judge hears something compelling, he's not going to deviate, and that would be the right decision if he's following the law. If he deviates, there has to be a legal basis for it, because if there's not, the sentence will be overturned on appeal. And most judges don't want that to happen, because obviously if a higher court is overturning that sentence, it basically says that you did it wrong. And judges, whether it be at the state and federal level, do not want to be seen as doing their job incorrectly. So they want to follow the law, and it's important to understand that judges will go through that process. New Jersey and Pennsylvania have a very similar process. And if you have questions about it, in Pennsylvania, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania. In New Jersey, 856-793-7429. Both numbers, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are headed for the weekend, and it's often the busiest time for our law firm. And that's why we answer our calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also, GamboneLaw.com, all my books, my blogs, my videos, everything that I've ever written as a lawyer is available there. We make it very convenient for you and your family because we believe an educated client puts themselves in the best possible position for a great result. So once again, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey. Have a great Thursday, and I will talk to you all very soon.